Hello, everybody. It is Josh Willis. New setting, new place. I'm in my office this time. In April of this year, I was preaching in Midland, Michigan at Living Word with Dr. Mark Barclay's ministry. Great ministry up there. And the Lord had been dealing with my heart about some scriptures that we found and went over together in Ezekiel 22, talking about the prophets, the priests, and the princes. And just looking around, what's going on this people want to know what the world's coming to. It's coming to a shipwreck. It's coming to a close. And so I want to read you something out of the newspaper. The Bible, and I want you to judge it. You know, we have all of these things that are going on I think it was 56 campuses last I heard, 56 college campuses, anti-Semitism. I was born right after the Second World War, and so let me find it. I know it looks kind of clumsy, but I want to find it for you. And I want to read this to you and see what you think about it. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, and Paul says, "This know, also in the last days, perilous times will come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient unto parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness and denying the power." That almost sounds like what's going on in these 56 colleges across the country, these Ivy League colleges, Columbia, New York, UCLA. And what we're seeing is an unruly bunch of young people that's been steeped in Marxism for several years in college and high school and that. And now they're screaming out to be a part of Hamas. And it's weird. I mean, it's totally weird because they have no idea. We see girls that are barely clothed, putting up things. "We are Hamas." If that same girl was in Tehran, they would stone her. And then I saw one flag on there, or it was a sheet painted with these words, "Queers for Hamas." Do you know what they do to homosexuals in Iran and Iraq and the places in the world that's steeped in Islam? They take them to the top of a high building and throw them off. So they're hauling from the river to the sea. They have no idea what that means. That means the extermination of Israel. So let me get this straight. We're going to try to salvage a people, the Palestinians, and sacrifice the Jews because there's a battle over the land. It's easy. This is the deed. If you read Ezekiel, Isaiah, these different prophets, "And I will give them the land." Read Genesis 12, Genesis 15, Genesis 17, and it's God's land to give to whomever he will. And the fact is that Abraham had two sons. One of them was a child of promise. He was Isaac. The other one was Ishmael, which was a child of the flesh because his wife tried to expedite him having a seed and brought her handmaid into Abraham. He went into her and he bore a son called Ishmael. And the first prophecy about him is that he would be a wild man. And he has ever since. So this is a battle between two brothers for a piece of ground that came from one father, Abraham, and given by one God. And the Bible says that they will be there forever. Because it's not the people that are there. It's that God made a deal with Abraham. And he's not going to break that covenant because a lot of them are living like idiots. They're certainly not all saved. I think Tel Aviv's 40 or 50% homosexual. And it's not far from Sodom and Gomorrah. We're not very fast learners. But this battle is a spiritual battle about the covenant of God. And so I said that to say this. On these colleges, there are It says blasphemers, disobedient, defiant, traitors, unthankful, without natural affection. You know, you gotta be pretty much without natural affection to cut the heads off of babies. And but we've been doing the same thing. Don't get me wrong. America's killed 63 babies since 1973. So I'm just saying, I'm talking about the generation, what time it is, the news beyond the news. It looks like a battle between, you got a country the size of New Jersey that has 7 million Jews, and you have all the surrounding Muslim countries that have 200 million. Right now there's 195 nations in the United Nations, all against Israel. The people around the world, it's not just anti-Semitism in America, it's in Australia, it's in New Zealand, it's in the United Kingdom, it's around the world. That anti-Semitism wasn't buried very far below the ground. After 1933, when it began to arise, and Hitler got the bright idea to exterminate the Jews, he killed 6 million of them. But understand this, America is not going to save the Jews. The United Nations is not going to save the Jews. It will not be guns and bombs and wars, but God will destroy those that come against Israel. And it will finish in the mountains of Israel with hailstones coming out of heaven and fire. So I just want to keep you up to date, not with what the newspaper is saying or what being said on social media, and that this stuff that's going on. We have 11 million immigrants, or illegal immigrants, I should say, that's coming to our country in 3 years. We got 56 colleges uprising. Israel is finishing Hamas off today and started working on that in Rafah. So I just wanted to help you see that. There'll be more. Tune into the podcast regularly. And my name is Josh Willis, and this is News Beyond the News.